Good morning, everybody. We're back out again on the Tiger. We're going to do another one of my Scottish Glens runs. Today we're going to do Glenshee, and we're starting here at Bridge of Cally, and we'll travel 28 miles up to Braemar. It's a fabulous road through some spectacular scenery, so hopefully sit back and enjoy. Let's roll the credits and we'll head off. It's good weather forecast for today. It's 13 degrees at the moment, but according to the Met Office the sun's meant to shine, so hopefully once we're travelling up through the glen we should get some really good photography and some quite stunning views. It's not forecast to rain, so hopefully we'll be lucky today. If you're ever contemplating a tour up into Scotland, or even doing maybe the NC 500, you've got to get to the north of Scotland. And lots of people may wish to travel up the boring A9 from Perth to Inverness, which is a busy road, lots of traffic on it, average speed cameras the whole way. It's a good road, but it's a bit boring. If you're contemplating going in that direction, you're far better to come up this way. Head from Perth up to Blairgowrie, then up to Bridge of Cally, then you're on this road, which is a fabulous road for a biker. Today we're only going up as far as Braemar, but if you are going further north, you just head up over the left, up to Granton and Spey, and then you're up at Inverness. Far much more enjoyable road. I've been trying to do a small series of these Scottish Glens runs, partly for my own enjoyment mainly, but it's equally if somebody's are contemplating coming to Scotland, I would just like to try and help you out a wee bit by showing you some of my favourite roads. I've lived in Scotland, central Scotland my whole life. I've travelled these roads many times. I never tire of them. I just think they are some of the best roads in the world. The scenery is spectacular. The roads are great. Scotland is a wonderful country, and it doesn't rain all the time, as some people might think. And even the ridges, they don't bite all year round. I've always felt for motorcycle touring one of the best times to come to Scotland is about the end of May, beginning of June. For the last quite a few years now, the weather has been consistently good at that period of time, and it's also not quite peak tourist season, so you get really the best of both worlds. Slightly quieter roads, and hopefully good weather. It's been a funny year this year with COVID-19. We're allowed to travel again. The ban has been lifted, so we're no longer stuck to 5 miles from home. But equally the tourist season hasn't opened up at all yet. There's very few people up here. Normally in peak tourist season, which this is, this road would be busy. There'd be lots of tourists in this area. But they're not here, not yet. They may come in the next few weeks. Hopefully they will, because some of the local economies depend on the tourist trade. They have to make their money in the season. That's what sustains them throughout the winter months. So if tourists don't come, it's going to be a bleak winter for that sector of the economy. Today's run, we start kind of low down, so there's quite a lot of trees and vegetation. Later on we do start to climb up towards the ski centre and some quite spectacular scenery. The caravan site in there. Way back in the 1970s, me and my friend used to come up here camping, not in that campsite but further up the glen. But we got to know the owner of that campsite, and we had these great plans that we were going to build a milk bar in there and make our fortune. The plans were all hatched. Having a few drinks in the local Dalringen Hotel, which is just right beside it, right here. To spend many a happy evening in there. Who knows how my life may have turned out if that had actually come to fruition. I would probably be an alcoholic right now. Well, the sun comes out, it's still a little overcast. Some great corners on this road. Sometimes you see a line that you're going to take and you're committed to it, then you see this kind of dark patch in the crown of the road. You're never quite sure if it's just a dark patch or if it's actually some loose gravel. So far it's been just a dark patch. It's a biker's dream, this road. Absolutely fabulous. You don't have to go breakneck speeds to enjoy it either, which is really nice. Tourist! The first of the day. Look at the scenery ahead of us. Well, that's what we've got to come. We're heading up into that direction, up into those hills. Stunning, stunning area. When we used to come up here in the 70s camping, it was just in a farmer's field just over to the right of us. Many happy memories in this area. As you can see, now we're starting to get further into the glen. The terrain starts to change. The trees start to disappear. It gets a bit more rugged. It's a beautiful morning. Sun's coming up, well, coming out I should say, which is lovely. It's just turning out to be perfect. Gravel in the mid-crown of the road there. I changed the tyres on this bike this year. When it was new, it came with Touran's Next tyres on it, which were okay, but I never felt I had a huge amount of confidence in them, I have to say, although they never ever went out of shape at any time. Since this year I've put on Michelin Road 5 Trail, and which are purely a road-based tyre. There's not an off-road capability, but I never go off-road anyway. And I have to say, I personally think it's transformed the handling of this bike. I think it is now superb. I used to have quite bad tram lining. There were some roads I know of that I used to hate going around because it was all over the place. Now it just fucking sails through, effortless. So it's, yeah, so far I've found these absolutely the best tyres I've ever ridden on. The sun's coming out. Scotland is starting to come alive. The hills are beautiful. We just passed the Spittal of Glenshee. There used to be a really good hotel in there which had some great coffee and massive scones and sandwiches. It was a great wee biker's paradise. Lots of people used to go in there. Unfortunately, a few years ago it burnt to the ground, so it's no longer with us. It's a shame somebody else doesn't rebuild something there. As you can see, these bends are just awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. Great road surface. Beautiful scenery, which is now starting to change completely. The trees have gone. It's getting more and more. We're climbing and it's getting more and more rugged. See the road winding up through the hills in the distance, and what we've got to look forward to. Climb up to the ski centre, Glenshee ski centre. Oops. Oh, made it. We've got to wind our way all the way up the hill up there. Once we get to the top, that's where the ski centre actually is, which is, if you're ever travelling in this area, it's a good place to stop for a coffee, toilets. I'm not sure it'll be open today though. There's a lot of places are still closed because of COVID. There's no tourists coming up, so there's no great demand at the moment. But under normal times it's always open. Hard climb for that truck. Old Mercedes Unimog. And here we are at the top. Heading now into Aberdeenshire. On the top of the glen. We are now at the Glenshee ski centre. With our toes taking up with all the runs. Busy place in the winter when the ski season is on. Now we head down the other side. A lot of walkers out today. Heading for the hills. Well, this is Glenshee. That was where we came from, up from Bridge of Cali, and we're heading way north up to Braemar. We'll now continue on to Braemar, which is only another 6.5 miles. So let's continue the ride. Well, that was a nice wee stop there. I had a wee play with the drone. Hopefully we'll get some quite good shots from it to add to the video. I've only got another 6 miles to Braemar, and that's basically the end of our little adventure in Glenshee. Shame the sun didn't come out as something funny how you stop for a few minutes and you get quite out of the kind of the riding mode. It takes you a minute or two to get back in again, dial back into your back into the riding mode. Wee cottage down there if you want to get away from it all. The sun's coming out now. You feel a wee bit more warmth on your body. Lovely. It's still only showing 11.5 degrees though. Summertime in Scotland. Come to Scotland for a good suntan. Like that wee bridge down there. It's cute. Here's that Unimog coming back down. He must live in the glen. Yeah, he's loads off the back now. He's dumped it. He's away back for more. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that wee trip up Glenshee with me today. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see some more, hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. If you hit the wee bell icon, then you'll get a notification of when I upload any new videos. Lovely down that wee valley down there. It's just beautiful. The river and all the different colours. It's just lush. We're about a mile from Braemar now, so that'll be the end of the run. This is the wee playground of the royal family. This is where they come for their summer holidays, up into this area. They've got a big house along the road a bit. Braemar, and the end of the run. I hope you've enjoyed my wee run with me today. Hopefully I'll see you again some other time. Until then, take care, ride safe, and have fun on your bikes.